when I put the company together, I predicted $50 silver. It happened. It took 10 years to do it, but it hit there. But I didn't predict that silver would drop all the way down to 12, and stay between 12 and 15 for a couple of years. And that was very difficult. We had to lay off a number of people and curtail exploration, curtail development, and we had to sell a couple of mines and lower profitable mines. So it was a challenging environment. Now we're back over 30. Today's a great day. I'm sure you're watching gold and silver today.
A little bit.
Yeah. So we're having a great day in the market today. But look, I'm a bull on silver, and I always had been. You know me. I came up with the phrase of triple-digit silver years ago. I've seen other people copy that phrase now, so hopefully I'll be right. I think I will be ultimately, but silver is a bit of an annoying metal.
The silver market has been marked by substantial volatility, with price movements influenced by economic factors and market sentiment. Recently, after briefly surpassing $32.50 per ounce, silver struggled to maintain upward momentum, falling back to around $31.10. This retreat highlights the significance of the $30 per ounce level, which has historically acted as a psychological resistance point. Silver has only surpassed the $30 mark a few times in the past 2 decades, making recent fluctuations significant. Silver remains a compelling asset despite these challenges, with investors watching closely to see whether it will sustain its upward momentum or return to a more subdued trend, as seen in past cycles. Despite its current volatility, Keith Neumeyer, president and CEO of First Majestic Silver, remains confident in silver's long-term outlook. A key factor fueling this optimism is the persistent supply-demand imbalance in the silver market. Industrial demand for silver is projected to reach record levels in 2024, with industrial applications expected to rise by 7%, surpassing 700 million ounces for the first time. Much of this demand is driven by the expanding solar energy sector, where silver's unique properties as the most efficient conductor of electricity make it indispensable in producing solar panels. As global demand for renewable energy technologies grows, the strain on silver supply intensifies. Major industrial players, including Tesla, Sony, and Panasonic, continue to face a supply deficit, with projections indicating this will persist for the foreseeable future. Increasing industrial demand and ongoing supply shortages will increase silver prices in 2024. The market is expected to face a deficit of 182 million ounces, which could lead to greater price volatility. As both industrial and investor demand grows, the physical silver market may outpace the paper market, further fueling price increases. Analysts, including Keith Neumeyer, have suggested that silver could reach $50 per ounce or even higher if this trend continues, making it a promising investment opportunity in the coming years. As we bring you clips from the discussion, please take a little time to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications for more videos like this.
Timing the silver market's always been a pain in the ass. I put this company together, as I said, over 20 years ago. So, I predict when I put the company together, I predicted $50 silver. It happened. It took 10 years to do it, but it hit there. But I didn't predict that silver would drop all the way down to 12. And stay between 12 and 15 for a couple of years. And that was very difficult. We had to lay off a number of people and curtail exploration, curtail development, and we had to sell a couple of mines and lower profitable mines. So it was a challenging environment. Now we're back over 30. Today's a great day. I'm sure you're watching gold and silver today.
A little bit.
Yeah. So we're having a great day in the market today. But look, I'm a bull on silver, and I always had been. You know me. I came up with the phrase of triple-digit silver years ago. I've seen other people copy that phrase now, so hopefully I'll be right. I think I will be ultimately, but silver is a bit of an annoying metal. If you look at the chart over the last 20 years, it's only hit $30 3 times in our lifetime, actually. So you go back, even longer than that. So it is a bit of a psychological resistance level. So once it does break out, I think it's going to be pretty amazing move after that. But it's got to consolidate. It's got to jump around little bit, and seeing gold pop through 2,700 today, and silver now strongly above 31. Maybe this move will start to start again. But we're going to the year end, we're going into Christmas, and generally December's not normally
Seasonally weaker.
Yeah, seasonally weaker. So, but January, February, March could be very strong months. But I didn't, we didn't buy Gatos because we think silver's going to move tomorrow. I can't really think like that. I have to look at the long-term health of the business. So when we're doing M&A, we got to look out 5 to 10 years, and what does the business look like? And if we're lucky, and then silver goes to $50 or triple digits, as I'm suggesting it may, then all of a sudden it becomes great for our shareholders. Whether it's the paper markets that keep it down. I have a presentation later today talking about silver, and there were some slides in there that addresses this point. But we trade at 240 to 1 in paper versus an ounce of silver. So for every 1 ounce of physical metal that trades, 240 ounces of paper metal trades daily. And that's pretty amazing. So does that affect price? It probably does. But at the end of the day, these banks that are trading the metal, for the big commercial buyers, the big the BMWs, the Teslas, the Panasonics, the Sonys of the world that are consumers of this silver, they have to buy the metal at some point. And when you're running deficits that the 300, 400 million ounce deficits every year for multiple years, that's showing that's got to show up in price. And I think it is showing up in price right now. This move to over 30, is fairly just really in the last 6 months. And I think people are starting to wake up to the green story. They're starting to wake up to the importance of silver, the fact that it is a strategic metal.
The escalating geopolitical tensions between Russia and Ukraine have spurred global concerns about economic instability, leading investors to seek safe haven assets. According to a recent report by the Silver Institute, global silver demand is expected to exceed 1.2 billion ounces in 2024, driven by strong industrial demand and recovering interest in jewelry and silverware. However, silver supply is expected to fall by 1%, creating a significant deficit of 265.3 million ounces. With only around 1.2 billion ounces of silver available, equivalent to a year's worth of global consumption, this supply constraint, combined with silver's crucial role in industries like electronics and renewable energy, has increased its strategic value. Keith notes that silver faces significant hurdles in reclaiming its status as a mainstream financial asset. Unlike gold, celebrated for its stability and universal appeal, silver's high gold-to-silver ratio has curbed its investment attractiveness. Despite countries like Russia, China, and India gradually increasing their silver reserves, the path toward its acceptance as a widely recognized monetary asset remains uncertain. Silver's value will likely rise as demand surges and supply tightens, but its broader role in the global financial system remains a challenging and unresolved question.
The miners produced 830,000 or 830 million ounces of silver this year approximately. So you'd have to hold back quite a lot, to impact that market. And the big guys are all, as I said, concentrate producers. So the big group out of Poland, a lot of the big mines in Mexico and in Peru, Argentina, these are all concentrate producers. So holding back their metal is almost impossible. If you're a doré producer, as we are, because we've got 3 mines that are producing doré, we can just put it in a warehouse. Right? And it's much easier. We would have to have the whole silver industry do it together. And in my discussions with other CEOs of other silver companies, because I have had these types of discussions. I remember it was a couple years ago when silver was down at like $14. I think it was in June of 2017 or 2018, I forget. But I was at a meeting with a whole group of the CEOs, and I said, why don't we just say in June, we're going to hold back all our silver. We're not going to sell any silver in the month of June. And they all looked at me like, I've been selling silver for a long time. The silver story. Silver is always looked at as, or not always, but predominantly looked at as the poor man's gold. And I'm always saying, no, it's not gold. Gold is money. Silver is a strategic metal necessary for everything that we need to do as a human race. So we want to go green. We want to create computers and then create nuclear plants and electric cars and all the things that we're trying to do to clean up our electrical grid throughout the planet, and even supply energy and electricity to parts of the globe that currently don't have electricity. We're going to need a lot more silver. And people need to wake up to that story and need to have silver as part of their portfolio. People get frustrated with me when I say that, because there's a lot of people out there that believe that silver should be a currency and should be part of our financial system. It's interesting enough that the Russians and the Chinese and the Indians are buying silver, for their central banks. So, I could be wrong with my thesis, but I just think that there's so little silver around, and I have a chart on my presentation this afternoon that shows that there's about 1.2 billion ounces of inventory on the surface of the Earth currently, and that's 1 year of consumption. So there's only 1 year of supply available, and that's how are you going to produce coins? How's the government going to actually introduce silver into the financial market? I don't know how they can possibly do it. Gold, you could, but gold is somewhat difficult because there's such a high value, and you're going to walk around with an ounce of gold in your pocket to buy a loaf of bread. It makes it tough. Silver would make some sense, but look, I think that industry needs silver to do all the things that we've talked about. Absolutely. And I think that's where most of the silver will be going. There'll always be a market, for coins and bars and so on. And that's the market that we're trying to supply. That's why we opened up our own mint earlier this year, and we're happily selling silver to retail investors around the world.
Some industry experts and analysts are making bold predictions of silver, with some forecasting that prices could soar to as high as $100 per ounce. While this might seem like an ambitious target, several factors could drive silver to these unprecedented levels, making these predictions worth considering. One of the key reasons behind this optimism is the potential for a supply deficit, as industrial demand for silver continues to grow, particularly with its use in electronics, solar panels, and electric vehicles. Mining production is struggling to keep up. Additionally, concerns over inflation and currency devaluation play a significant role in the bullish outlook for silver. As governments and central banks worldwide continue to implement expansionary monetary policies, the fear of inflation and the devaluation of fiat currencies has increased. Silver, often seen as a more affordable alternative to gold, has become an attractive investment option in times of uncertainty, driving demand and potentially pushing prices higher. Please share your thoughts on Keith's analysis in the comments below. Also, ensure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.